Guys, it is Meatless here. Welcome back to another video. Today is part 9 for Castle Crashers Insane Mode Guide. Now we'll be going over Full Moon, Snow World, and Ice King Castle. Definitely the difficulties change a lot, but I made this helpful guide to help you guys beat the fourth hardest level, which is Full Moon, and then going in to follow just more medium, easy range for like Snow World and Ice King Castle. But as always, hope you guys enjoyed this video and let's get right to the guide. Also, I will put the difficulty on the top right, but let's get right into it. Okay, on to the Full Moon. Full Moon, pretty hard. What I'd recommend, not get hit by the beefy and take him out first, because he'll do the most damage to you. But a problem as well, these guys could also crit you and basically hit you in one tick. They do like 930 crit damage if they do have a chance to actually get you. So I'd recommend get the beefy Stoneface gone first, so then you could deal with the Stonefaces. Because what you want to do with them is drill charge them. So yeah, you could use arrows, anything that could just help. When it gets too close to you, get away. There are boulders, as you just saw one, but the way to kind of like just not have them hit you is just kind of be where you are and then move out the other way. Sometimes they'll follow you, sometimes it won't. But if you don't have like magic or anything, then just use arrows like I was just mentioning. You can do this one little spot with if you have good magic, but it can be sometimes difficult. So as you just like saw, like your magic kind of gets like stuck, and then it'll just do more damage to the beefy, and that's what you want. You want to do the most damage possible to him, but you want him to be pushed away, like how he is right now. I'll drill charge these guys real quick so then I can just show you where it was. Then you kind of want to get them like together, but don't get hit because they do a lot of damage, as I was just saying. Then once you get them like this, you could keep drill charging them, and then will not get hit by the boulder, but then you keep doing this over and over again until they die. Sometimes that boulder could be painful because it can mess you up, but one's dead, and then I get an apple, so I'm gonna drill charge into the apple. Yeah, you just always want to keep doing the most damage to the Stoneface beefy so you can drill charge these. But yeah, as I was just saying, if you did not know where I was just right here, kind of like where like that tree is in the background. And then you see it like right there where the tree is, you kind of want to just be right here, and then you could kind of go like that. Sometimes you could do it like up here as well, but you mostly want to do it where it will get stuck. So like right kind of like the little like hill. It's followed, you got another beefy, two slow faces. So use your magic, you can go down here like this again, and if you see, most of my magic is going where like that little area is, but he's getting close to me, so I have to push him away. Don't know how that Stoneface hit me, but yeah, the more damage you do to him, the better, because you wanna get him first, so then you could just get the Stonefaces. But if you don't have any magic like I do, use arrows, and then when you get some, then that. I'm gonna potion up just real quick because I don't want to get hit. So I'm gonna get right back in my spot. Like, you don't always have to like spam your magic. You can kind of just like do how I'm doing, kind of doing it like slow. But if he does what he just did and he goes by you, just go the other way. You never want to be close to them. But sometimes you can just spray your magic just because he's in like the corner where he can't do much and he'll just bounce off like the off screen. But yeah. He should be almost dead. Oh, let's get away. You also could use bombs as well, but that's kind of a little scary. Oh, and he died by the boulder. Look at that. See, the bad part is that they're kind of like not together, so I like to kind of just get them together, and when this one gets like faster, then I'll just attack him, and then soon enough his ally will hopefully come around soon. As he's getting more closer, and then what you could do is then you could just get them both like that. But since it's just one, just drill charge. It's not too difficult, it's just they do a lot of health, like just a lot of damage to you, so that's the only difficult part. But then for this guy, just get him. Don't go all the way, because then you'll get the other stove faces, and you just want him. So then it makes your life way easier. Now for him, you can do the same thing. That's only the worst part about sometimes using your magic is that it can... you also could use your bombs if you have bombs too. But it's always a hard part. But then when you kind of get him in that good spot, then you could just use it. And kind of push him away, and there you go. And keep using your magic to just get them. Try to just make it easy, because I know like most of these levels are pretty tricky, and I'd honestly say that this one is probably the fourth hardest. I can honestly like why like most people struggle. Even I struggled on this one for the most time. So just trying to make it easier for you guys. It's definitely like the boring one of it, I'd probably say. Oh, you got me an apple. I'd probably say it's the most boring one, but once you're like done with it, then it's easier. Then all you could do is just drill charge these guys and then be done. Not fully done, but at least I like to say the tedious part, because yeah, we still have the I'd say halfway mark. Make sure to always know who also has the sword, that the guy that was just right behind me, because that's the one that could actually crit you and do loads of damage to you. So like if he hit me and he would get like that chance of like of crit, then I would be dead, because like I said, it does 930 damage. Now for these guys, what I like to do is I like to use the ladder and then drill charge them all at once. It can be pretty tricky, but if you do it right, you could get all of them. Sometimes you'll get like some, but that's okay. You just want to try to get all of them at once. And if you're like a fire character or an ice character, you could just keep damaging them, or poison, lightning. Lightning's probably the like just for like original knights. Lightning's the better one, just because you could just zap them instead of like do the drill charge. Sometimes you could just use magic if you really want to as well. You could just do the like what I'm doing is kind of just drill charge them like right here. That's when you kind of know you're kind of halfway done, because you'll get a lot of these guys. Now what I like to do is when I get these guys, I kind of just like to juggle them like in this kind of corner. It can be pretty tricky to do though, just because like juggling kind of is like not the best for this, and you kind of want to get all the Eskimos so then they can't like hit you. Then you kind of just go back and forth like this. Stay away from the ladder if you don't want to do like this little thing, because sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be your way of death. So if not, then and just do the simple drill charge. Okay if you use most of your potions on like this section, just because Snow World and all that is more I'd say chilling, just because you don't have to deal with like heavyweight people, and I mean they do decent damage, but you're still at more of like an ease of like the difficulty. This one is still easy because I've actually died here before, and it's the most saddest thing, but I just recommend is just attack the Eskimos first. You could do some damage to the Stoveface, but I just go for the Eskimos since they're lightweight and they're gonna be easier to deal with. Then what you could just do is just kind of like just damage Stoveface like a little bit, as you're seeing me do right now. They do have, I feel like the Eskimos have more health, or maybe like the same or slightly less health than the Stoveface. They're both dead. You can just drill charge him. That's full moon. Then we're gonna switch to Snow World. Now we are transferring into Snow World, and I'd honestly say that this is like an easy medium depending on how you play it as. In my opinion, I could see where it could be difficult sometimes. I could also see where it could be easier, just because you don't have to deal with like difficult characters. I mean, these guys do like 140 damage per either magic or like hit. The best part about these guys is you could just like juggle them because they're lightweight. So that's kind of like a advantage like to us, where we could just do that. See how this level could be a little tricky for some. And even for me, sometimes it was tricky because I'd get hit a lot and I'd get very scared that I'm gonna health and stuff, but that's okay, because sometimes when you get out of full moon, you're gonna use a lot of potions, which that's normal. That level requires a lot of like at least the maximum potions. Sometimes if you get lucky and you kind of follow what I did, you could leave off with 2, but sometimes you just get unlucky and you have to use all of them, but that's okay. Because then once you get to like this like section, and let's say you get killed or something, you get hit, you know, on accident or something, and that, you could just go back, get potions, and then you can go right back into the fight where you have full health and full shield. You get to these guys, what I like to do is kind of I like to just get these guys out of the way first. Just because sometimes they can be annoying. Do is just kind of get these guys out of the way first, because they're also going to use their snowball magic. After him, I could actually just start on these guys. Now I could just break that and then just keep going into the fight. But if you're in that situation where you have like the lower health because you're still in like the transitioning of going back from full moon, I just honestly just do your heavy, just get them out of the like little snow area, and then just do your heavy magic, and then just keep that right there, so you don't have to waste health or anything. You just keep on that damage. So if people don't know what I'm like talking about, all you do is just hit him, and then he'll break, and then you could kind of just get him to be in one spot like this. So if you really want, you could just keep spamming your heavy magic, and then you don't have to really move. Sometimes you'll get out of it, but it's like you're doing most damage out of in like a safe area. Whereas like me juggling, sometimes he could possibly hit me, or I could get out of it and like that. So you also can do that as well. I mean, I'd say that's more safer than doing what I'm doing, because sometimes if you're at that extremely low health, you could just do this. You could just attack him and not have to worry to waste a potion, or if you don't have potions, you don't have to not lose health if you're low health like I am. Here's where I'd definitely like say I'm gonna use a potion, just because I don't want to accidentally get killed, just because there's a lot of them. But here's what I'd probably say where I could probably see why it could be a little tricky, just because there's so many of them. But as like easy, just kind of focus on the ones that are like out. And then once these guys are all dead, then you could actually just focus on the ones that are just like on like their fortress. This part is though is you have two tall towers. So then what you can do is attack them, and the best part about the tall fortresses is you can actually use them as extra damage. So it does 4 damage, but if you're thinking about it, that is helping you out so much, because I'm doing 37 to him, but that's also doing 4 to him, and then I'm critting him, which is doing more damage. And these guys have more health, but just doing that little extra damage helps you a long ways. This is a little easier, because then you just have 2 where you could just, like I said, if you don't have that much health, you could just keep doing this and forth. And the best part about it is that was a tall fortress, and then there you go. You could just use this to your advantage, keep heavy attacking, and kind of like take a little break. And for this person, you just do the same thing. This could be the best level or the worst level. Most times when I was doing this, there'd be some times where I wouldn't think if I would be able to get it, and then you just have 4 of these guys and then you just juggle them. But no, there was definitely some times where I actually thought I could never beat this level because I had no potions. But at certain times when I actually had no potions, I was still actually able to still beat this this entire level going into the next level. So it's definitely like a bonus, because you get like a decent advantage with the tall fortress. Sometimes you get food from these guys because there's a lot of them, and you also get food like over here as well. So that's just the best part about this level, is it kind of gives you that reward of beating one of like a hard level on insane mode, and then you're kind of like here. I mean, it's still medium level, don't get me wrong. I mean, either easy or medium, but it gives you more of a better reward than Full Moon does. You have more candy over there in case you need it, or you could kind of wait a little bit, take these guys out first, if in case you get hit like I just did right there. Then you could just use that health to your advantage. If you have potions or whatnot, then you don't have to like waste a potion. To use as well is if you use the horn, what I'd like to do is use the horn and then get the snow guy. I can't remember his name, but then you could use that to help you in the boss fight that's coming up. But I'm just gonna use Snoop, and all this part is easy, because all you really just have to do is simple. Just juggle all of it. If you really want, you could go into a slower one to really help you. And then boom. You don't have to do all that bull crap with his magic and the 3 arrows that you get that could just hit you and stuff and memorize what's what. No, you just do a slow air move juggle, and then you don't have to worry about all that. Then these guys are not too difficult. I mean, the ice is the only bad part about it, but then once you get these guys in like a decent juggle, you can go on from there. Pretty tricky just because it's just ice on the floor, which is the worst part. Then when you're in the boss fight, all you do is just simply drill charge. Now this guy is pretty annoying, I won't lie. This is like one of my least favorite bosses, just because he has a lot of health and he just laughs at you. That's all it really is. The best one is when he does this one, because then he stands in one spot and he stands there for like a long time, where you could just keep drill charging him. Sometimes him laughing can be good, But this one right here, I don't like, just because he's only there for like a couple like seconds, and then he's gone. But this one, he's there for a long time. He's getting like this like ball charged up of ice and all that. So yeah, if you can't always hit him sometimes, that's okay. What I like to do sometimes as well is, if I can't get him in time, just kind of like lunge attack him. Because either way, you're still doing damage to him, which is good. Because, like I was saying, the more damage you do, the better you're off. But you don't want to get damaged yourself. And once he's like, kind of like 3/4 the way there, kind of where if you see like that little, I like to call it like little like dot, like the third dot away from like the half mark, that's when he starts to have these annoying, and when I say annoying, very annoying, because they could just like kind of hit you. You can use magic, but I'd recommend not. The only magic would be really good is obviously the Industrialist and the Fencer. Possibly Brute and Snaky as well. As you keep damaging him, the icicles will keep getting faster and faster, so they move where you go, which they can mess up your drill charge like they're doing right now to me. That's why if sometimes you're getting messed up, just light attack, just like lunge light attack them. Do the like the heavy one, but it doesn't really matter just because they're the exact same thing. I mentioned like when we were coming into the actual like boss fight itself, or like the castle, was because if you use the horn, you could get the one pet, and what he does is he prevents you being like frozen, like how I kind of was. It would just do damage, but you could still like drill charge it to like do whatnot. So that's why I recommend, but I have Snoot just for the damage. If you guys do not know who I'm talking about or not, I'll put him up on the screen right now so you know who I'm talking about. Now we're kind of in like the stage where he's almost at like his fast point, as I'd like to mention it, where sometimes the icicles will sometimes fall, sometimes not, but most of the time, like right here when he laughs, it won't do anything, and then it'll just be him. This is where you can do the most damage to him. But he'll keep doing the ordinary stuff, but sometimes it'll stop, and then you could just keep damaging him. Usually when he gets like this part, kind of where like the second dot, it's where he will, I like to say, become enraged. Do his little laugh, as you just saw that, and then he'll only do him actually spawning the icicles. They're faster, so this is why I just said just lunge. The only thing you could really do is just lunge attack him. You really honestly can't get a drill charge, and as you just saw right there, I'm in potion up just because of that little attack. I was just stuck. I was stuck by him and I couldn't move. So what I like to do is try to get out as much as possible. While I'm lunging at him, I just get out of the way. The annoying part is he just teleports so much, it's like you can't really hit him. It's like if you're on the wrong side of him, you just can't hit him, and then he'll like teleport and stuff. That's why you just kind of have to like just like predict where he's gonna like kind of spawn. Like if you're like on one side, he's gonna spawn on the other side, kind of like something like that. But the problem is you don't know where he's ever gonna spawn, so you kind of just have to like guess it. But you have to like kind of like target yourself like towards him, so then you could like attack him like that. Like them 2 times I just couldn't. 3 times now, but Sometimes what you can do is just try to get behind him to like help you. He should be finished here soon. There we go. And then let him scream in his own ice. And then after, get some money. Use your boomerang to get the money, because this is honestly dumb how it's just ice. So you're probably going to miss some, but that is a-okay, as you just saw there. And when you're done, kiss the princess, and there you go. That was Full Moon to Snow World. Is beat those 3 levels, which is Full Moon, Snow World, and then Ice King Castle. Comment down below if this guide helped you guys, or if you guys got stuck in some points. But as always, I hope you guys enjoyed the guide. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. And until next time, peace out.